first 2 rounds, it's kind of like, boom, like you kind of like dictate the pace and like stepped on the gas and you didn't let it out.
We always try to dictate the pace and really push the opponent to, the extreme, and that's what we train for. As far as just kind of it being easier, I don't know if it was that it was easier or just that my confidence, is always being built. But, I enjoyed it. I told her, she's a tough broad because she took all the punches. But, it was a good fight.
It's surprised she took the overhand right because you were killing her with that.
I was trying to get her out of there. People always want the knockout, and I try to give it to them.
Just real quick, so you said that you wanted to beat her up more this fight than the previous fight. Do you feel like you accomplished that? Because, as you said, you were landing those overhand rights and she just would not go down.
Yeah, I guess I got to see the fight myself or look at the punch count, look at the percentage, what landed. But we definitely wanted to work on punch accuracy while we were in training. And I felt like a lot of my punches, definitely hit and weren't blocked.
Were you trying to make a statement? Because coming out of round one, you just came out blazing. You were just coming forward, and I don't think she was waiting for that, right?
I think I start slow, and what I've been trying to work on over the past couple of fights is not starting slow and just execute straight away. And like I said, our training is insane, and I don't think any other boxer out there trains the way that we do. And so I know going into the fight, I have it, and I just needed to hit the switch and go.
How much confidence give you the fact that you got the 2 wins on her? She's a future Hall of Famer in all she's done, and going forward, how much is that? It's gonna take a bad lady to come take the guns off.
I don't give her the same amount of credit that everybody else does. Yes, she's done a lot for her country. She's done a lot for boxing. But when you look at her resume, she fought for vacant titles. I've never fought for a vacant title. A lot of the girls that she fought were either lower weight girls that went up to fight her, and she should have knocked them out, and she didn't. And so I don't really compare resumes in that fashion. And so it's kind of, no comparison.
Who do you want to fight next? Who would you like to fight next?
Katie Taylor rematch?
Katie Taylor's on the table. There's a lot of people on the table. Rick Ramos, my coach and manager, best friend, he's so good at thinking outside the box and bringing things to the table that other people didn't really think of. He's all over the boxing scene, all over the maps. Girls, and other professional fighters, they ask him for his advice on contracts and payment and who they should fight or, different things. And so he's deep in it. So, wherever he says we should go, I know I'm confident and ready to do it.
Let me ask you, Jessica, congratulations
Thank you.
on your victory, retaining your titles. I feel that throughout the fight, particularly the first round, I think you really, set the pace. You had her backing up the whole fight. You were landing punches and bunches. Was that the strategy, or rather the game plan going into this, was knowing that she has a little bit of trouble fighting on the back foot and just hitting that body, going upstairs and attacking?
The plan was definitely to move upstairs, downstairs, and really keep the bunches and punches. I didn't want to just throw one punch. I wanted to win every exchange, and I wanted to be very clear that the fight was my fight.
Was there anything that, as far as surprised you throughout the whole bout, as far as the fight?
Yeah,
from the last one to this one?
Well, that she didn't go down. I was working pretty hard on making sure that, I got her on the canvas, and so that was a little bit unfortunate that she didn't go down.
In your opinion, had it been 3-minute rounds, do you feel that you would have been able to get the stoppage?
I think so. We prepare very well for big fights, long fights. We did change up the game plan. It was Rick's idea to do 2-minute rounds this time in training, but we didn't stop at 10 rounds. We went to 11, 12, 13 rounds, and then after those sparring rounds, we continue with different mitt work and strategizing, so it's not over after that, So we would be prepared for 3 minutes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Claudia.
Great performance. Obviously, we saw throughout training camp that there was, some trash talking going on. Do you think after tonight, there could be some peace between the both of you?
I mean, she's doing her thing. She's probably going to retire and go her way, and I'm going to go my way. And, before we even crossed paths, there wasn't much conversation. I don't really keep in touch with. There's probably one person that I fought that I've kept in touch with just like via Facebook, Brenda Gonzalez, a really nice opponent from down south. But other than that, this is business. I'm not really here to make friends. I'm just here to be a voice and to change history and to really do as much as I can for boxing.
And plus, there was like major weakness, and we saw it, just like her mental weakness, and I feel like we jumped on it. And I knew that it would grow and grow. And she didn't sleep last night. There's no way in the world to say she slept last night.
Yeah, one of the things that people need to do, boxers need to do, is really call out the things that they see, good, bad, whatever. And with her, you know, she made a lot of excuses right after she said, let's not make any excuses, and I'm going to bring the best fight to Jessica McCaskill. And then as soon as the fight was over and she lost, didn't go her way. She made a lot of excuses as if we all weren't in the pandemic. We were all having issues and we all had to fight through something. And if you're not successful at fighting through that, and if you lower yourself to make excuses in that fashion, that just shows that you're mentally weak. And I'm not afraid to say that. You know, you have to bring things to the forefront.
We're going to have one more question, guys, because we're on a time ban here, and I know Juan Estrada's out there waiting as well. So, final question from the floor.
Two names that were mentioned, Katie Taylor and Claressa Shields. Those are the names that interest you the most for the next fight.
I think, yeah, they both interest me. They both interest us, but I think the situation's got to be correct. Like, you know, the weight on Katie Taylor's got to be, I think if you go too low, you disrespect the welterweight weight class. But if Eddie decides to go that low, I think that, you know, we have to be compensated for that. And I think that Claressa Shields, she has to come down at 145, 147, and we have to put restrictions on the upside to that. So as long as we're smart about it, and it's all about the deal. Like at the end of the day, Cecilia took this fight and the last fight at 145. That was a mistake. She was the undisputed champion. They made a mistake. They took the fight. They gave us weight. If you're in charge, you got to be smart. And I think they were not smart. And that's why we beat them 2 times. And it's all about timing. And it was perfect timing, perfect weight, and the deal was right.
Well done, Jessica.
Thank you so much.